Good evening, everyone. It is Sunday evening, February 13th, and we have some excitement on the weather map. I know it's been quite a few days since I've given a podcast, but we do have some excitement to discuss. Number one, a mind-boggling heat wave has developed off in the desert southwest. Temperatures are soaring into the 90s over much of that area. Heat advisories are in effect for portions of the southeastern parts of California. This does not include Death Valley, California, but it does include Palm Springs. There's Palm Springs, California. There's a slight chance that the heat advisory has been removed as of now. High temperatures well into the 80s. Some areas approaching low 90s, 92 degrees, says the San Diego National Weather Service. And that is not for San Diego. That is just the National Weather Service there's issuing. It's giving the forecast for places close to San Diego, but not San Diego itself. We have temperatures in the 70s over much of the Arizona area. And this is all coming to an end in response to a strong, complex storm system moving into the Northwest Pacific. That's going to be the next major feature to affect our weather here in the Midwest. Once we have two storm systems, two areas of low pressure that will be developing. Both of them will be deepening, says the National Weather Service of the Chicago area. The low pressure system moves. It's a complex system, and we're going to see copious amounts of moisture with the system. In fact, the St. Louis area will be getting more than 2 inches of rain. Sounds similar to the last system. Unseasonably warm temperatures pushing up ahead of the storm system, affecting even areas here in Chicago. Now, earlier forecasts were calling for temperatures a little bit warmer than what they currently are. High temperatures, most likely low 50s on Wednesday before some of that rain starts to move in. Now, if the rain could hold off till later in the day, temperatures might even get warmer than the low 50s here. Temperatures possibly 60 degrees in the St. Louis area, and we have a severe weather potential even in Springfield, Missouri, Branson, Missouri, all of Arkansas, Louisiana. There's a severe weather risk. There's a chance for thunderstorms in the St. Louis area. We even have a chance for thunderstorms right here in the Chicago area. That is the thunderstorm over there. So we have that chance of thunderstorms in the Chicago area for late Wednesday night. Now, the story is like this. We have, once again, much colder air and very dry polar air that's going to be coming in to our area on Thursday. Right before that cold air comes in, we have a developing storm system in the southern plains. There are two different approaches, two different possibilities of what could happen with the storm system. One is the GFS. That means the system intensifies big time, and as it moves to the Ohio Valley, it also takes its time in getting out of here. Should the GFS computer model come true, we're looking at a major snowstorm here in potential, at least 6 inches or more here in the Midwest in our area. If we go according to the European computer model, this will be a less significant event, probably about 2 to 6 inches. That's what I would think. Many areas getting 1 to 3 inches. St. Louis, Missouri, Kansas City, possibly 1 to 4 inches. Des Moines, Iowa looks like it's out of the woods on this one, but it's a little bit too far in advance to really call this second snowstorm. But what's not too far in advance, surprisingly, is the thing which is hardest to forecast, and that's freezing rain. It's 3.5 days out, but the National Weather Service claims they have much higher confidence than usual on this freezing rain event. That means that the precipitation will be falling out of the sky. The precipitation, according to surface temperature, should be freezing when it hits the ground for a period of time for parts of the county warning area of the Chicago area, perhaps like the northern suburbs. The only complexity to this is that the ground temperatures still might be warm from the tremendous mildness that we will be having on Wednesday. To give you an idea of how much this warming trend that's about to hit the area, we're talking about an increase of 10 degrees each and every day this week. High temperatures going into today was low 20s, tomorrow, Monday, low 30s, Tuesday, low 40s, Wednesday, low 50s. That's the story for here in the Chicago area. It's a similar story for all of the cities in the Midwest. And when you go into the southern, by the Gulf Coast or in the Texas area, we're seeing some areas which will be getting high temperatures in the low 80s. When you go over to the West Coast, there's the opposite occurring. We have high temperatures again. The heat wave, tomorrow's the final day of this heat wave, and it's a heat wave that is not just a heat wave for winter standards. There actually is a heat advisory in effect for many locations. Although overnight lows are in the upper 50s and it's dry, but the afternoon temperatures will be warm enough. It's for heat exhaustion, and heat stroke is a possibility for areas off in our desert Southwest. These 80s are going to be moving east, affecting the Texas area by the time we hit Wednesday and Thursday. Brownsville, Texas, especially Rio Grande Village, high temperatures going into the low 80s. In regards to what's going on the East Coast, I know there's several areas of low pressure moving across the New England area, and I don't know too much more about that. And that brings this podcast to an end. Those were the two, I think, the two highlights over here that I wanted to, that are worthy of being mentioned. There's another thing that's worthy of being mentioned. That's the Pacific Northwest storm, but that's something which is out of my field for right now. So we're dealing with the unseasonably warm temperatures, the heat advisories in effect in the desert Southwest, and this potential major winter storm that may be affecting the Midwest later this week. Again, it's two areas of low pressure. Low pressure number one is mainly a heavy rain event, and low pressure number two could be moderate snowfall totals according to the European computer model, or heavy snowfall totals according to the GFS computer model. We'll have to wait and see on that one. There also is likely to be a period of freezing rain before that snow starts for many, many cities here in the Midwest, perhaps every city in the Midwest that is expecting snow. The precipitation may start off as rain, then transition to freezing rain, some sleet, and then go on over to snow. We do have some lake effect snow that may be happening in northwest Indiana as the storm pulls away, but we're going to dry out very quickly on Thursday. The big doubt with this storm, there's two big doubts. But number one is the intensity of the storm. Will the GFS model be right? Will the European computer model be right? Also, how quickly will the storm get out of here? The European computer model is more progressive. The GFS model has it sticking around a little bit longer, and that takes care of that. But the moisture available, we're in the top 20%. For this time of the year, we're dealing with rainfall totals of an inch for many locations, 2 inches in the St. Louis area. So certainly no shortage of rain in regards to that. We will see the traditional severe weather risk that happens during storm systems like that. I'll point out one other thing is that the winds will be initially from the southeast here in the Chicago area ahead of the storm. That means we're not going to see too much warming, but it's going to be enough warming to bring temperatures above 32. But I think Wednesday, winds may turn around and become southwest. I wish everyone a great night. Enjoy. I should just mention, this is not really a highlight, but there is a clipper system moving across the Chicago area later tonight and tomorrow. There's a lot of uncertainty in regards to the snow. Surprisingly, there doesn't seem to be many variables, right? What can go wrong? There's no warm air. There's no Gulf. There's nothing. But this is a very quick-moving system. The system is weakening, but nonetheless, the system is a little bit more put together than what they originally thought. And some areas may receive some snowfall accumulation tomorrow morning. Probably nothing more than a half an inch, most likely a dusting. That comes from the National Weather Service. Everyone, I wish you a great night. And now we're going to listen to a little niggin. Let's go.